Hello and welcome in, everybody. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Tarot, and this is going to be the weekly forecast for the Twin Flame Collective for the week ahead. And so I feel we are in this portal of extraordinary potential, or at least that's what it feels like for myself. So I've gone through a very profound releasing over the last couple of days. The energies have been very intense for me the last couple of days, and so I'm kind of sitting in this portal of a massive creative energy, like a surge of creative energy. And at the same time, I'm also in this portal of deep self-reflection. And so the videos coming through over the next couple of weeks might be a little sparse as I go through this very intense self-reflective period, is really what it feels like. I have Pluto retrograde in my 12th house. I have all of this Jupiter, Gemini, Venus, Gemini, the Sun in Gemini, all of this Gemini energy sitting on the cusp of my 3rd and 4th house. And so I'm in this very deeply rooted releasing energy, and I feel I'm coming into all new outlooks. And so the messages sometimes don't come through crystal clear while I'm going through this deep channeling, and so I want to make sure the messages come through effectively. So I really had to sit with myself this morning and ground the energies as the energies kind of move through me, so I could come on and talk about these energies with a little bit of grace. And so right now I think collectively we are really being pushed to maintain a certain level of integrity and honesty. Jupiter represents all of these expansive qualities. Gemini is all about communication. And so right now I've got all of these energies sitting in my 3rd house of communication. I've been receiving downloads, an abundance of downloads. I've been journaling, I've been channeling, I've been trying to just disconnect from the collective heaviness because it was very heavy, very emotional over the weekend as the moon moved through Pisces and then into Aries. And so there was a lot of intense emotions that I was experiencing connected to the collective. And so we have to learn how to use these intense emotions for this transformation, this inspirational transformation, right? And so how we are influenced by our emotions is going to really be what we need to self-reflect upon, I feel, in the energies this week. We have some pretty big energies coming in. And so a lot of us are here to get rooted in these humanitarian missionary efforts to form New Earth. And so although Jupiter is associated with good luck, it can expand in the negative aspects as well. And so we need to be mindful of overindulgence or being like over optimistic. Blind optimism can be like a downfall in these energies. And so I had like a walk-in soulmate come along, and it was a very brief walk-in soulmate connection that was definitely there to trigger another layer of self-worth and my potential for self-worth. And so a lot of reflection on self-worth, a lot of releasing of some negative thought patterns. And so we all can spiral right into that comfort zone. And so I think right now we're at this powerful convergence, is what it felt like in the energies. Like we're converging all of these lessons. A lot of us are being asked to be of service, to be that beacon of light for others, to step into being that inspiration. But we also have to be willing to explore our own depths, our own shadows, and all of this untapped potential. And so we go through many layers of creative vision, is what I feel on the journey. And right now I'm in a layer of creative vision. I'm kind of in like almost like a deeply rooted energy of creative void. And it's not quite the dark night of the soul, but it's feeling like a creative void. But this is really where I find most of my inspiration, is in these voids or these little tunnels of suppression or depression. And so this will change my trajectory, I feel, for the channel moving forward. My philosophies about the whole journey have been shifting, have been more profound, looking at the journey in its entirety. Over the weekend, I had a pretty deep, inspiring conversation with a good divine feminine on the weekend. And so right now, I think we're all just being asked to be guided internally. We can't unearth what's inside of us if we don't go deep within. And so There's a lot of compelling truths I feel being illuminated when it comes to our own personal journeys coming through. And so this new moon is always going to be about planting a seed, right? All new moons are about planting a seed. So let's talk about the very important energies coming through in the first week of June. I think June is going to be a big month for the twins, where we have Mercury entering into Gemini today. Yesterday we did have Jupiter trine Pluto. Those energies were exact. And so we're still feeling that Plutonian, Jupiterian trine. And so it's, Pluto deals with death and transformation. And so it did feel a little bit like a subtle death energy is what I was sitting in this morning. And so I think there's going to be dramatic changes coming in. I think the energy is very very Geminian is what it feels like. And so for me, I know an emphasizing energy on my home because of my fourth house in Gemini. And so I feel like I haven't quite gotten that green light to move ahead with this channel. I just feel like I made 10 steps forward and I took 20 steps back. And so I feel there's a lot of influences right now getting me to look at the broader level of what is my mission. And so questioning the whys, the hows, and there's a lot I feel being activated when it comes to the next level for my mission. And so right now I think a big theme is intellectual curiosity, learning, growing, taking in information. I'm really drawn to rereading some books, reading new books, delving into the deeper complexities of my spiritual path and what I'm here to learn and teach about, and getting to the root cause of all of this karma, because the 12th house does deal with karma. And so right now there's a lot of family dynamics coming up for me for a deeper layer of understanding. So that might be something that you're looking into as well. But with Jupiter trine Pluto, I feel this is a moment in time where there's going to be an important ending or an important beginning. And so you might really find a new positive development when it comes to whatever houses these energies are affecting. And so for me, the 3rd house and the 12th house. And so for me, I'm really receiving these deep intuitive insights. And not everything is being asked to be shared right now with the collective. We do have the Sun conjunct Venus tomorrow on the 4th. We also have Venus sextile the North Node today. And so I also am a Venus in Gemini. So a lot of these aspects are aspecting my own personal birth chart right now. So there's a lot going on when it comes to my purpose in my life and expanding on my purpose. I've also got a lot going on in the 3D world that is very tedious to deal with. And so right now there's like a realignment, I think, of values coming through. Venus deals with love, finances, values, and your beliefs, I feel. And so right now I'm going through a major realignment. I feel like I'm in this sacred pool of self internally is the best way to describe it. And I do enjoy spending a lot of time by myself. And I want to remind all of you on the journey, you always know what is best for yourself. And so although we can seek external advice, we can seek external people to lend an ear, we always know what is best for us. Your higher self always knows the best course of action to take. And so there's a lot of mirroring, I feel, going on in the energies with the Gemini themes this week. We have Mercury trine Pluto. We also have Mercury conjunct Jupiter, and those were mirroring energies at 151 and 212. And so right now there is a realignment when it comes to commitments, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to intuitive insights and receiving insights connected to relationships and receiving those insights towards taking valuable steps forward to move into states of alignment, to go towards your dreams, your desires. And so also with Neptune at that 29th degree, there's a lot of disillusionment. There's a lot of, wow, like a lot of truth when it comes to looking back at how distorted these cycles have been. And so the new moon in Gemini is coming in at 16 degrees on the 6th of June. And so that's going to be taking place in the 11th house of Taurus at 9 degrees 29, 929, another mirroring energy. And so this new moon is going to be exactly conjunct Venus. And so there's going to be a 5-planet point in Gemini when it comes to the new moon. And so this is about as Geminian as you can get when it comes to Gemini energy coming through this week. So I know this is an important one for me. I'm feeling it already. We also have the Gemini moon is going to be square Saturn. It's square Saturn right now. And so this is bringing in the challenging energies. This is bringing in maybe delays or pitfalls or one last hurdle or challenge to overcome, especially if you've got a lot of energies in Gemini. So I think right now, like I'm in a major reassessing of like, what am I doing here? What am I doing moving forward? What do I need to reprioritize to overcome these blocks I feel when it comes to abundance, these blocks I feel when it comes to the channel's growth. I've paying for services now, and there's still these challenges, these blocks, these hurdles. So what is going on, right? And so I'm trying to figure that out along with the 3D hurdles. So whatever is happening this week, I think we need to remember we're planting a seed for a new beginning. We're planting a seed for a new beginning. Every new moon is an opportunity to plant a seed. But I do feel we have to deal with some problems first. I think there's going to be some problems to deal with. We can't keep dismissing issues that have been overlooked or swept under the rug. And all of this Gemini energy is saying we got to clear up communication blocks as well. And so we need to double check, triple check, because there's a lot of enemies being exposed, enemies in the camp being exposed when it comes to social circles this week, I feel. And we need to ask ourselves, like, what are we trying to be warned about? I feel Saturn is the warning, and the new moon is saying pay attention, because if you want to build a solid foundation for the future, you're going to have to pay attention. On June the 8th, we have Venus square Saturn, and I feel this is a very sobering moment. So wherever you have been ignoring your intuition, you're going to be in this energy of like, how did I not see that coming? There's a breakdown when it comes to any falsities within relationship structures. I feel that Saturn energy is coming in, and it's like a karmic wake-up call. And then we're going to have Mars entering into Taurus on June the 9th. And so Mars is leaving Aries, and it was really at home in Aries, and now it's going into Taurus. And so it's going to feel like things are going to be drudgery for the masculine collective. They're going to have to be methodical. They're going to have to slow down. They're going to have to really figure out what their true values are, I feel, in their life. And so these energies are going to be very enduring, is what they want me to use, the word enduring, as Mars traverses through Taurus. But I am a Taurus sun sign, and I will say slow and steady does usually win the race. We also have the Sun square Saturn on the 9th. And we're going to have Mercury sextile the North Node. So we've got some big energies playing out. So we're going to have to learn how to really express ourselves. I think there's going to be a lot revealed about self-expression coming through this week. And where we no longer are going to tolerate those that are blocking us on the path of self-improvement. So let's get into it with some cards. Let me timestamp that. And we're going to get in with some cards. We're going to see what else needs to come through for the collective for the week ahead. Please feel free to hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already. Don't forget to like the video, comment on the video, and share the video. It helps circulate the content, helps the channel to grow. It's just a nice, free, easy way to show me some love, show me some support. Also, if you would like to book a personal reading, do please feel free to check out the description box below or the video card link above. And there is also an option to join the membership side of the channel. If you would like to become a channel member, I'd love to have you join me over there. So go check out all of the bonus content on the membership side. Let's get into it. We get the dreams card on the cut, and we get the sharing. So I'm not going to share some of the crazy dreams that I've had, but dreams have been intense. There's been a lot of very prophetic dreams. A lot of purging takes place for me in dream space, in astral travel. And so spirit is always conveying a deeper message in dream space. There's a lot of karma, actually, that gets cleared in the astrals. But this is about sharing. And so Gemini is all about communication. So there might be somebody reaching out. There might be somebody reaching out, seeking your wisdom or your knowledge about the awakening path. Maybe you are being asked to share what you have attained through the awakening experience. But I do feel we got to have inner faith when it comes to this very creative vision that we are being asked to bring forward to help inspire others. So let's get into it and let's see. Dark Night of the Soul. There's that void energy. That's really what it feels like. And so I do feel a lot of the masculine collective are in the thick of it. Into the thick of it. They're in the thick of it. They're in a very deep, dark, uncomfortable evaluation. And I feel a lot of the divine feminines can feel the sinking energy as all of this unveiled truth comes to light. Oh, and then the transformation on the bottom of the deck. I'm actually feeling very lightheaded and very dizzy channeling this energy right now. So I do feel there is a major paradigm shift within relationships. So, and then the authentic voice. So the masculine and the feminine both need to surrender to the truth on the journey. We both have to remove those throat chakra blocks. And so I do feel there's a lot of honest, open expression coming forward this week. I actually texted my ex. It's been a long time since he's had anything to do with the children, and I kind of just voiced a very simple, I hate you. I texted him, I hate you, because he's just kind of not been around, and so I needed to get that off my chest. I felt really good after I said that, and I just kind of let it go. And I don't know that it's really hate. There's a lot of indifference there. There's a lot of disappointment there, but hate was the best word I could come through with at the moment. But it felt really good to unblock that truth out of my throat on the weekend. And then I had to definitely go into some shadow work as to why I even felt the need to express that. But there's a lot being unveiled, right? And so when we step into our highest purpose, we also have to face our shadow self. We have to understand why these relationship cycles keep being recreated, so we can go towards something that really speaks to us intimately within the soul. And so in order to do that, we have to release the ego. So it might be hard to flow through the energies this week, because the ego has this very powerful agenda of its own, and the divine is coming in to break apart the ego so we can have this reunion, this reconciliation, to complete the evaluation of the purpose, to bring forward the union of these twin soul relationships. And so right now, I think big message is to be present. I had to laugh at the pivot point. I was on my way home from our weekend away, and I got to the lights back in town, the first set of lights I was stopped at, and the license plate had 999 in front of me. 999 is the completion. I always connect that to Mary Magdalene as well. And around their license plate, it said Pivot, from like the show Friends, Pivot. And I thought, you got to be kidding me. And then this comes out today, not even joking. And so we are at a major pivot point when it comes to our purpose, when it comes to these realizations, when it comes to karmic situationships, the role we play, the toxic role we play within these relationship dynamics, and what we need to do to transcend them to go towards our greater purpose. And so there's a lot of incoming messages for me from my higher self and my guides, and there might even be incoming messages from a counterpart. So really listen. Sometimes people don't actually really listen to what is being said, but really listen to what is being said, and really absorb it and take the time to hear that message. Listen intently, because we are on the precipice of a new life. And so this new moon in Gemini is coming in, carrying the energy of the Tower with the star, 16 degrees 17. And that is how it works in the tarot. After the Tower, unexpected help arrives. That healing help arrives. And so we have to break down the false beliefs before we can go towards that new healing journey of authenticity. And that's what the age of Aquarius is all about, authenticity. And so me too, I've been feeling this very overwhelming energy of nausea, ascension sickness. And so as the collective journeys to these higher states of consciousness, you can see it in the Schumann resonance. Mother Earth herself, Gaia herself, is ascending. And so our 3D life is shifting into 5D reality. And so many of us are coming into our healing gifts this week, I feel, or planting that seed to explore deeper healing work, or to explore our gifts even deeper. And divine timing is saying, get ready to be put to the test this week. Get ready for your course to be corrected so you can move forward in these energies. So let's jump in with the tarot. We're just going to do a 9-card spread for the week ahead for the twins. And so there's the great unveiling, there's the great unboxing. And so if you want that deep, intimate connection with your counterpart, it's an all snakes on the table kind of game. It's an all or nothing kind of decision. And so we've got an opportunity here to choose deep, intimate, spiritual soul connections, but it does require intimacy. Intimacy is not sex. Intimacy is the ultimate truth. That's everything on the table. And as Pluto goes further into the retrograde and dips back into that 29th degree Capricorn, we have an opportunity to clean this up. We are closing out a major 5 to 7 year cycle. And so this is the turning point. This is the pivot point. Divine Feminine. Have you mastered independence? There is the Divine Feminine coming through, Venus energy, Virgo energy. I feel Virgo. We have somebody here that has transformed, independently owned and operated, and the Divine Feminine does have to heal from codependencies. And so we do have a very single Divine Feminine energy coming through. We're going to set her aside and we're going to pull 9 cards. We get the 7 of Cups as the first card out, and the Moon. Options. We get the 5 of Swords. Very interesting. We get the Ace of Wands. And so I do feel a week where there is massive potential for a new beginning. We get the Ace of Coins. Oh my goodness. We get the 9 of Swords. And so there is like 4 of Swords at play. Here we get the Wheel of Fortune, so fate, destiny, Jupiter energy. We get the Hanged Man. There's that Saturn energy, Jupiter square Saturn. And we get the 6 of Swords. And so moving on. Leaving the past behind, we get the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. We get the 8 of Swords below her. We get the 9 of Cups, and then we get the Truth. And so the truth shall set you free, but first it shall shatter all of your illusions. And so we have a Queen of Wands coming through. Let me sit with this. There are blocks being removed, and there is karmic justice being played out. And there are 2 separate women here coming through, and we get Judgment. And there is a new beginning in love. And so there is a new beginning in love this week. There is a lot of nostalgia. I felt it. I feel a lot of the masculines are swimming in a sea of 3 of Swords. They're struggling deeply with releasing the karmic. I feel they feel trapped. They at one point in time thought this was their wish fulfillment. They're coming into truth and knowledge. And there's that 9 of Swords. And so the karmic's bubble, I feel, is getting burst this week. The masculine is balancing out the scales, becoming unstuck. And there is a balancing here. There is a balancing. And Divine Feminine, I do feel you are aware that this connection is kind of sneaking up behind you this week. And so I do feel you've completed your process of soul retrieval. And the union is complete. And so the masculine, I feel, is going through a final purging, a final clearing. We are going through a final clearing. And so I feel the new moon is bringing in a major disillusionment, is bringing in truth. I do feel like the last 4 to 5 years really have been a struggle, and we're finally at that breaking point of pivoting and moving on. And so there's a shift in perspective for sure coming through this week. This is divine timing. This is fated. This is a moment where I feel it's now or never. And so throughout the course of the next year with Jupiter and Gemini, we are ascending, we are transcending, and we are building these new creative foundations. And so major awakenings coming through this week for sure. And this is connected to love, and so a lot of nostalgia. But this nostalgia, I feel, is creating the energy of act now, think later. And we've got somebody coming in, I feel, confessing it all, putting it all on the table, laying it all on the line, and bossing up. So we definitely have a divine masculine here, I feel, getting ready to come in and speak that truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And I do feel this is very unexpected. So we are at that pivot point. We are at that crossroads. So I think get ready for some unexpected communication from your counterpart this week. And I think you're well aware, if you are this Nine of Pentacles, of this communication coming. Let's clarify the Ace of Coins. Let's put all of those back and let's clarify this Ace of Coins. Yeah, get ready to receive a message. Get ready to receive a message. I do feel the masculine will be coming in defending. Oh my goodness, defending this connection. Yeah. There's a lot of honest communication coming in. And so I think the masks are coming off. I think you should listen intently to what this conversation is, to what the masculine has to say. I do feel they're coming in maybe a little bit guarded. This might start small. This might come in as a text message and then lead to like a pouring out of everything. So you're going to have to listen. Like, this person is coming in to really explain the distance, I feel, and to really get honest about this new beginning. And I don't think this is easy. I do feel this has been a process. This has been a process because there's been somebody here really stuck in a very toxic cycle, maybe dealing with materialistic needs. But I do feel there's an opportunity to heal and leave the past behind once and for all. But this is going to be a very triggering, painful conversation, and I do feel it's going to take blind faith. It's going to take faith. Definitely going to take faith, but we definitely have a divine masculine coming in, and they're coming in with an offer, and I do think they are stressed. So what are they stressed about with the Nine of Swords? We get the Six of Cups. We get the Four of Cups. We get the Five of Cups, that this might be a missed opportunity. They're afraid that this is over. And so I do think an opportunity will be presented to be able to walk through a new experience. We get the Four of Wands. And so the gateway opportunity is here. And there is an offer, an unexpected offer. And I don't think you're going to see this coming. But this could lead to some type of reconciliation and reunion this week. Get ready for passion. Get ready for healing. Get ready for a very healing conversation to be had this week. What are we going to close this off with? My nose is itchy, so get ready to kiss a fool. We're going to close it off with the Crystal Angels deck today. Let's get one last message. Jade on the bottom of the deck. I heard, sorry that you're jaded. Is that Miley Cyrus? But there is a recovery here. And so get ready to love again. Somebody has done enough healing from the past that they're ready for this this new experience. So get ready for your truest self to be revealed. Oh, we got one out already. The closing message, Amber, give it to God. Give it to God. Take a deep breath and go on and exhale. Release it to God for healing and answers. Give it to God because deep emotional healing is taking place this week. So make time for self-care, Divine Feminine. Your heart is ready to heal from the past. Your heart is ready to heal from all of these past experiences and be willing to devote this time and energy towards a new path. Self-care, take care of yourself. That's essential right now. So easy does it. You might need to just take a step back. New abundance is coming, but this requires a gentle approach to life and work. So there's a life-changing experience or epiphany coming through this week, and it's a big one, and that's what I got for the twins for the week ahead. So if you would like to book in with me, please feel free to check out that description box below, guys. Don't forget to check out the membership side of the program, and I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.